All right. Hello. Happy Monday. I don't even know. I don't even know what day it is sometimes. Happy Monday, everybody. We are back. I'm here with the fabulous Justine Rodney again, and we are going to be treated to her fabulous gift of a voice today to do some frequency alignment and activations. Happy Monday, Justine. Thank you for being here.
Mm. Lovely being here with your wonderful community again.
Well, they love you. They love them some Justine in here. So, I'm going to dig in and do a quick update for everybody because I know I haven't done one in a few days, and that's because it's basically we're back to this lovely spring plaid. I think we've called this that we're in the spring plaid, but this is these energies have been quite dramatic for some. It's drawing a lot of deep fears, deep doubts. And this is where we got to go to the breath and remember who you are, because this is purging all old timelines, all old possible timelines that no longer serve you. This can come in the form of weird dreams, weird behavior, you name it. It can also lead to difficulty grounding. Um, for some, it'll be like a state of confusion. All of that is normal, okay? Because there's a bunch of old timelines collapsing, and then what does that do? It opens you up to be able to choose higher and higher timelines for yourself. So let me peek in here. I'm gonna peek and see I'm gonna spy on the chat and see who came in here today. Manu is here, Jonathan's here, Tali, hello, Care is here, Robin is here, hi Maury. Annie, hello. Candace is here. Hi, Candace. And I'm seeing that's going to be Janice and Phil. Hello. Um, Wendy, Stacy. Hey, Stacy. Vicky is here. Ciao, Bella. Andra is here from Tucson. Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy. Judy from Chicago. Welcome. Awesome, awesome. Helene is here from Finland. Welcome to you. Oh, we got a nice group here on Monday. Awesome. Chris is here. Lucy is here from Salt Lake City. Awesome. And it's her happy Earth Day, her birthday today. Happy birthday, Lucy. Thanks for coming in here and shining your light with us. How awesome. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I call it the Earth Day, the day we chose to zip in here in this body and have some fun. We're here to play, create, and have fun. So we will celebrate you today. Carol's here. Hello. Cheryl. Awesome. Christina's here. Oh, Wendy said, I've been feeling most of what you described. Yes, all of us have. There's been waves too, by the way, of like lack energy. I've been able, my guides are showing me literally this is what you get, like this wave of this yucky thing in the solar plexus, and it's the collective lack energy that's clearing. I did do a quantum healing yesterday. I can't tell you for $1,000,000 what we cleared because it was so strong it knocked me out. And I haven't had a chance to revisit it yet. So I'm sure there's lots of goodies in there, but I know it was about completion and then new timelines. So these things completing are being really, some of them feel like they're going kicking and screaming, so they feel yucky. But again, I give it to the light. This is coming to the light. Okay. Let's see. Welcome from, is it Tanya in Calgary? Welcome. Or I'm not sure if Tanya is the city. I'm not sure, but welcome from Calgary. Happy to have you here. Lisa's here from Sweden. Hi, Lisa. Awesome. Yes, Robin, you are normal. I promise. We're perfect. We're in the perfect place in our journeys at the perfect time, and all the abnormalities are normal at this time, for sure. I see Georgia is in here. Awesome. And everybody's pouring in birthday love for Lucy. So cool. Awesome. All right, let me tell you. So this one again, we're in this plaid. You can see these spikes though. This is the stuff that we want to pay attention to, the vertical lines. I'm going to jump real quick and show you the chakra chart so you can see how this is really affecting. These are integrations, and there's purging in here. There's some light in here. There's also release energy, which is all upper chakra, which is right. This is all helping your gifts to come forward. Intuition, telepathy, all of those things in the upper chakras. And so this purging pattern has been going for days. It's at least 5 days now. Right. And so this usually precedes, right, a light event coming in. And right now it's very purposeful because we're completing the old third dimension timelines. What does that mean? Whatever parts of your life you're still holding on to, thinking that you're going to squeeze the elephant through the needle, those things get louder. They get louder until we say, okay, this no longer serves me and I'm ready to let it go. Now, even if you still have that grip, all it's going to do is just makes everybody still continues to ascend. Your consciousness still moves forward, but you give yourself a bumpy ride because you're holding a beach ball underwater. And until you address those emotions and whatever is going on in you that makes you afraid to let it go, till you let it go energetically, it just makes your ride bumpier. Okay. It's almost like when you really go, I can't take this anymore. Okay. I'm going to let it go. And remember, it's all what's my energy doing and being the observer. So we'll hop over really quick, and we're doing a really fun exercise today because I also, I know, and our guides are all aware that some of the things being completed are things that are really significant areas of your life, your home, your job, your relationship. There are many of those things literally being completed. And they really don't want us to use the word loss because it's completing to allow for what's in your best and highest good to come in to your field. Okay. And so today we have a really beautiful exercise that came forward, including some beautiful lit up words for Justine to lend her beautiful gift to. So we're going to do a really beautiful embodiment because this is all about feeling. Remember, we're feeling our way through the fifth dimension. We don't use logic and we don't use the noodle. The noodle still is only good for making noodle soup. Here we go. Let's look at the shakalakas and then we will jump into the fun stuff. Okay. Let's see. Oh goodness, I see something in big capital letters in there. Yeah, see, watch for triggers, right? You be the light. We're all divine human, just in different levels of consciousness. So right now it is definitely more challenging, right? If your spouse is driving you batshit boo-boo, just say, wait, I'm going to be the light for both of us. I'm going to be the light for both of us. So remember, don't we give our power away when right? Trying to win an argument is you're taking the tug of war rope. So when they lob over the tug of war rope, go, nope, I'm going to be the observer. I'm going to go into my power and do whatever I need to do. Return to that breath. Your breath's your power. That's how we get back into alignment. And you can see, look at what's been going on. This is why I was saying it's insane. The purging. See these spikes? Those are going through all chakras. So whatever you're holding on to in those, that was getting agitated and brought up. And then look at this. This was last night. And look at how many hours. Purge, 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 pick your chakra. It got purged last night or this morning, depending on where you are. And so this is complete. This is how stuff's being completed. And we're really being invited to how can we settle ourselves? How can we come into stillness, right? Let's see. I want to see what's going on here. What am I missing over here? Because there's an energy. So there's an energy in the chat here. So whatever, I think we're going to ground everybody. We're going to ground everybody. Okay. So let's all, and then we'll shift over to the next part of this amazing session. Let me get a beautiful background instead of all those, because that's what it felt like, the energy. Okay, so whatever dense energy there is, we're going to let it go now. So everybody just set an intention to focus on your breath. Let's let go of everything that happened right before you logged into this live. and focus on your breath. And this is how we use our collective light and stay in our power. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in, focus on your breath. And Gina, all feelings are valid. So it's okay for you to say my human sad today. That is perfectly okay. And you came to the right place because you're surrounded by love here. All right, so let's breathe in. Exhale down to Gaia's heart. Take an inhale, come up to your heart space. Exhale back down to Gaia's heart. Nice, come back up. Inhale up to your heart space. Good, exhale back down to Gaia. And here, take an inhale and merge your light with hers. This is where your stability comes from. And on the exhale, staying in Gaia's heart, and just merge. Good. And then inhale up to your heart space when you're ready. Today we're going to talk about we're bringing up, this is something that we spoke about in Saturday's class, and my guides really are staying on this one because it was a really powerful example of when we say, for example, I need to manifest a home. So very, very much in, like we talked about this earlier, in these energies, some of you lost your primary residence, or a lease suddenly ended, right? Or your living situation all of a sudden had to change, or divorce, or loss of employment, and then having to move. And so the question that we posed to the guides for frequency alignment is, what guidance do you have for someone who recently either lost their primary residence, either a lease ended, divorce, or lost employment, and they had to move, or they felt compelled all of a sudden to leave and go to another city? Any of the above, right? So here is what comes back from Spirit, and we're going to do a healing around this and alignment. So they say you've just walked through a portal that is disguised as loss, a lease ending, a divorce, a layoff. It feels like the ground may be disappearing beneath your feet, but truly it's the illusion of safety being cleared to reveal a deeper truth. You were never held by the lease, you were never secured by the salary, and you were never anchored by the relationship. You've always been held by source, by resonance, and by the flow of the golden current. And that current has not left you. In fact, it's calling you home, not just to a place, but to a frequency. So the remembrance here is for all of us. Home is a frequency that we align with. So it's a remembrance and a deeper rooting in truth-based support. Support doesn't come from fear, it comes from standing in your truth. And so they've given us some steps here to shift back into alignment. Number one, breathe, beloveds, fully and slowly, not to calm down, but to return. This is a very important piece of information they're giving us. We're not breathing to calm down, we're breathing to return. Your breath is the first language of alignment. Every inhale is a receiving, and every exhale is a release. So just now what we did when we were inhale, we were bringing in, you're summoning your light. This is your power. Doesn't matter where you're at in your journey or what happened before you got here. Every inhale, when you set this intention in this container, is receiving your light. And as you exhale, you set the intention to release all dense energies that no longer serve you. And then they say you can say this aloud or write it down. Even when the form dissolves, the current remains. I do not chase security. I am the field of support. I am not being punished. I'm being repositioned. And then they're saying, step 3, let's reframe the story. This isn't just a disruption, it's a divine recalibration. The old structures fell away not because you failed, but because they were too small for where you're going. As the laws of the golden current states, support is not earned, it is inherent, and worth is not up for debate. So we don't ask any longer, what did I do wrong? Instead, we ask, what truth is trying to be revealed? And we use curiosity because there's no resistance. What truth is trying to be revealed? What alignment is now possible because of this? And notice that these are open questions based in curiosity and not fear. What truth is trying to be revealed, and what alignment is now possible because of this? And so to anchor in the golden current, which is a frequency, this is a frequency of support, instead of spiraling in where will I go, they offer us try to soften into where am I being called to be received next? Instead of how will I afford this, breathe into how will support find me now that I've released what was? Let the old survival scripts be composted. You don't live by that law anymore. And now they've given us a light code to go with this. So this mantra is encoded with remembrance, and it is designed to meet you exactly where you are. And it's going to walk you forward in truth. And here my fabulous soul sister Justine is going to lend her sacred frequency to this, to bring this frequency straight into your heart. And this is a light code mantra for sacred transition.
Thank you. I am housed in the heart of divine provision. I do not chase shelter. I radiate belonging. What is mine returns to me with ease. I am not without. I am within. Home is not lost. It is rising in me now. 108 377 924. Let these words live in your body. Speak them whenever you feel untethered. Write them on the mirror. Whisper them in your pillow, or breathe them into the soles of your feet when you walk. This is a passage, not a punishment. And on the other side is not just a new address, it's a deeper anchoring into your sacred self.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so now they brought forward, this is, gosh, I shared this with Justine earlier today, and I actually had her read it to me because everything here is resonance and alignment. And one of the cool things that my guides have been bringing forward is this, how do we get into energetic resonance with manifesting, right? And for me, they show it to me as timeline bending. In other words, how can I get into energetic resonance quicker and collapse timelines in between where I'm now and where my desired manifestation is? And so they brought forward this amazing transmission, and just the title is empowering. Your future is a frequency, not a forecast. So powerful, right? Your frequency is your future is a frequency, not a forecast. Hang on, I'll switch us back around here, Justine, and then I'll spotlight you. So manifesting in the 5D is not about scripting, planning, strategizing. It's all about synchronizing. So we don't wish something into being. You simply become the timeline where it already exists. Same thing, right? Where your wellness exists, where your abundance exists. It's a timeline. And so when when we're not wishing something into being, instead, we're merging our current frequency with the version of you that's already there. The time isn't linear, it's energetic. And that's why they say there is no, in the quantum field, there's no time space, because you literally have the ability to change your frequency in the now moment. All's created in the now moment. In the now moment, you can all focus yourself into this other timeline. It's an energetic, right, resonance. So they're saying that time's not linear, it's energetic. So if you want to collapse time and manifest faster, right, you don't chase the outcome. Instead, you collapse into the resonance of what you're calling in. And so there's this beautiful method that we're going to use. So we're going to show you what it feels like. And as an example, I'm manifesting a beach house, not because I need a house, but because I desire a sanctuary that vibrates with peace, ocean codes, light codes from the sun, and soul rest. So notice that we have to expand. What does it mean to you? So it's a sanctuary that vibrates with peace, ocean codes, light codes from the sun, and soul rest. So I don't just visualize it, I become it. And so here, Justine is going to beautifully guide you into this example that came forward. And you can all create a similar activity for yourself to play with something that's on your Create Your Reality board that you are wanting to manifest. Give it a definition that that adds in the experience you wish to have there. And so I'm gonna just close your eyes and really breathe this in. And the goal here is feel the words and feel this exercise in your body, because it's true, it's so powerful. And this is how we create in the fifth dimension.
Thank you. I see the grey and white exterior, the wildflowers leaning in toward the sun. I walk the grass-lined path, barefoot, feeling the energy in the grass all the way where the grass meets the sand. Then across the sand that meets the ocean, and they don't resist. They merge like me and this home. On the porch, two chairs wait like old friends. Inside, blue and sea glass green, the colors of truth and trust. And when I return to it, the house greets me, not as a thing I own, but as an ally, a soul match, a conscious co-creation. My home is alive with love. And when I open the bedroom window, I hear the waves say, "You made it. Welcome to the timeline where it's already true."
Nice. So you see how she became the consciousness of the home too. What would your home's consciousness say as you're approaching to return home? And it could be, oh, my people are here. Oh, they love this window where they can see the sunrise. They love it that I have air conditioning that can cool them off when the weather outside's warm. And so it's in doing that, you align with everything has a consciousness. And in us using the sixth dimension, which is our imagination, the sixth dimension, once you create something there, resistance free, it must come into form. And so this is just a fun way, because now you can say that this, use the home you're in now. It doesn't matter if it's temporary. This is the best temporary home I've ever had, right? Make it the best you've ever had. And then think of, how do I treat it? And what does it think when I'm coming home or when I'm leaving? And it really, talk about 100% alignment, because now you are aligning it from all different aspects, because we are one with all, and we are summoning our light, and we focus things into form. This is how you're here. You focused yourself into form. So a beach house is easy. You focused a human into form. Think about that, right? And so now they're giving us a little activation prompt, and I'm going to have Justine deliver this beautiful activation prompt.
Thank you. Now feel into your version of that. Not the thing, but the frequency behind the thing. What are you really calling in? Where does it already exist within you? Whisper this. I choose the timeline where I already remember. I become the frequency of my future. I am no longer waiting. I am welcoming.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So really important questions in there. What are you really calling in? And where does this already exist within you? And so, well, the secret here is it's in your heart, because your soul put things in your heart for you to experience and express everything. This is why we're saying, go to your heart space. Wouldn't it be fun to create? Wouldn't it be fun to, what experiences do I want to have? Your soul is literally ahead of you, paving the path for you to be able to receive these things. And so when they say it's a remembering of that plan. And when you're in that, what they call the divine space holder. So, okay, I've gotten energetically aligned with this home that I'm choosing to create in my experience. Now I have a divine space holder. How do I stay in alignment? Play, create, and have fun. What's something creative that I enjoy doing? In other words, don't get too caught up in only focusing on what you're creating in the spiritual realm. It's then now, okay, wait, now what experience does my human want to have? And how do I go there? We align, then we still do the breath. I know who I am 3 times, get into alignment. And then this came in on Saturday too, and I love this. So when you say, well, I don't know what I want to do next, that just means you've got maybe a lack of clarity going on. You're focusing on something that's third dimensional still. But you can always, the example my guides gave on Saturday was when you're getting your eyes tested, the doctor will put up 2 different versions and say, which one looks better, this one or this one? And then you go, oh, that one's a little better. And then put up 2 more. Okay, now that one's a little better. Now let's go back and compare. Literally, you can do this. You're choosing from the heart now. And you can do this with food. Okay, which one feels better? This or this? No, that's not doing it. And then if you still don't have clarity, just pick something that you don't have resistance and saying, I'm choosing this and I'm loving this. I'm going to stand behind my choice and I'm choosing this with love. It's always intending to choose from a space of love and light. And so the home frequency thing I love, because I'll tell you, I've been playing with this, and it's, you truly create an energetic reception between you and your home every time you come in and go. And you can do the same thing with money. Welcome back. And then when you spend it, I'll see you soon. And I'm putting you in the golden current. There's no there's no scarcity, there's no lack, there's no bad feelings here. This is an energy that I'm receiving. Welcome back. And as I'm paying for things, I'll see you soon because it is infinite. The golden current is infinite and it must come back to you in overflow. And this is how we start to play with this. And I understand if this thing comes in, right? This thing is how we got into the old situation. This created the noodle soup that's now blowing up, boiling over, falling apart in the third dimension. We came here to create, and this is how our new earth economy is being set up. And so, this is why, Justine has so graciously offered to come in here with me and lend her frequency, because she understands too that these frequencies go right to the heart space, which is where we're all wanting to open up and connect with our creations. So if you have to come back and play with this again until you can feel it, and don't judge yourself, by the way, if you don't feel it really in your physical body initially, because it just depends on where your consciousness currently is aligned. But just know that when you do this and you do this exercise, you are aligning. There's no exception. You are aligning. And then any fears that come up, oh, I'm giving this to the light. You can say, okay, stop it. I'm in charge now. I'm in charge now. Okay, I know why this is coming up. You're ready to come to the light to be healed. And because the guides and angels are now really ready to swoop this stuff out of you. And so, it really is setting that intention and then starting to trust it. And I'll tell you, anybody who steps into these exercises, they're feeling it and they're seeing the result of stepping into this and playing like this. And so anybody who's in a situation now where I need to align with my next home. What does it mean to you? What's the feeling? You can even get into what is it going to look like, right? It might be like, oh, I love a big kitchen, or it might be, oh, it's going to have a garden. And because the garden represents my connection to Gaia, and really get detailed with that. And that's the frequency you're becoming. And then how is it going to greet me when I come in? And so I am loving this exercise. I'm doing it. I've been doing it. We have a retreat coming, and my guides were having me go and bless every room, like who's staying in this room, what message, what energy do you want them to receive when they come through the door of the room they're staying in. And so, you can really expand this. And we are going to, by the way, this is going to be an exercise for those of you doing the virtual retreat. This is going to be an exercise that we're going to dig deep into so that you can come forward with stuff you want to create. And we're going to help you craft an aligned practice like this to get you into the frequency with it. Because once you do a few of them, you'll find that it flows more easily and you can't mess it up. That's the cool thing. Just notice if it's a third dimension, you're not trying to fix anything from the third dimension or repair or make it better. You got to let that go. So really creating from scratch and from pure love and light. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Lots of love in the chat for Justine. Yes, I know. It's what a beautiful gift. And, and I love this, and I want to point this out. She's loved poetry her whole life. And we were talking about it earlier today, that she just let go of a, business thing that she was heavily involved in because she was literally called. By the way, when you're called to express your gift, and she can attest to this, nothing can stop you from doing it. Absolutely nothing. And Justine, I would love for you to share that piece of it was absolute no-brainer for you to jump in and start doing this.
Yeah, it just felt so right. I mean, it just was everything just fell into place really effortlessly. And that's when you know that it is right. I mean, it has been such a journey coming from a corporate career to another business. And it's just like, but my heart just sings to this. It just feels absolutely in total alignment. And it's a joy and a pleasure just to be part of this and just really pursuing my passion. That's really what it is. Just the
Yeah,
love of poetry and just, yeah,
yeah,
it's a real passion. So
yeah.
yeah,
And we
and
were
then
talking
comes
earlier.
just all comes together just like that without any
No
just
effort.
no, that's it. That's when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
And you
doesn't
feel
feel
such
like
a
a
peace.
job.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely not. It just feels, yeah, so joyful.
Yeah. And so and we want, so Justine's channel, it's tagged in the description
Mm.
too. It's at Justine Rodney.
Yeah.
So it's her name. And then, and I want you guys to go over there and subscribe and go listen to the poems she's got up there already.
Mm.
And I'll tell you the cool thing that she's been doing too is she gives an integration. Like, what does this mean afterwards? And I'm telling you, these are really embodying, and can you describe, Justine, how that came forward? I love this because she had no idea that this is how her gift was coming forward. She knew she loved poetry and reading it, but I would love to share this piece with the community about how the integrations came forward.
Yeah, no, it was just, I first thought I was just going to read the poem just beside the poems that have really touched my heart, the poems that have really helped me when I was going through my difficulties of divorce and so forth, and have helped me grow and really connect to myself. So I thought I was just going to just read the poems. And then something came to me, I'll just have like an introduction and just talk about how it really just flowed together. So I just see my interpretation of the poem. And then also I also kind of after the poem I give a closer and just see how an integration, and it did come into like an integration, it all kind of fell together. And from then on, it just seemed so natural. And it wasn't planned. I hadn't even thought of it beforehand. It was just when I started recording, I thought, let me introduce it and then end it so it all kind of nicely ties together and it just feels so right. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, absolute pleasure doing
that is such an important piece because, especially for those of you who took on perfectionism as way, right?
that. Was
Just she was absolutely a perfectionist. She let it all go and thought, oh, I'll just read the poem, and then literally unscripted.
yeah,
She said to me, I don't know where it's coming from. And I said, well, welcome to the club. This is the, I don't know where it's coming from. Well, we do know where it's coming from. It's
yeah,
coming from our higher self, right? And so now she understands how I say, I'm not scripted. Well, that's a little obvious too, if you heard me. but, but the beautiful thing is that when you know you're called to it, it really does, like the stuff that's flowing through before and after the poem, and then the frequency that she lays down is just so it really is divine. And what, I don't know if anybody here would have thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to listen to this beautiful voice of poetry and that's going to open my heart and align me to my highest timeline, right? So be open that your gifts can come in these like ways that you can imagine, and that she doesn't have to plan anything. She feels inspired. I'm going to read this today, and the rest just happens. And it's not, oh, I got to go on YouTube today. It's, oh, I'm so excited. I get to go share this. I remember what this poem felt like the first time I met it. And that's really, that's that frequency alignment that she's offering over there. So absolutely amazing. And I'm like so grateful, grateful for our friendship, and,
oh,
but for
beyond
us,
grateful. Yeah.
for us to do this together and help with frequency alignment, which is everything,
Mm.
is just an absolute gift. And we love sharing it with you guys. And you've not seen the last of her, because as long as they keep pulling in these poems, you're going to see her. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you everybody for being here and shining your light, and for loving each other. This is, this is not, we're in a, we're in a high level of creation too, but there's also still that purging. That purging business is loud. We don't watch it burn. We use compassion with those who are not awakened. They are really, many of them are suffering tremendously right now, because imagine, they don't understand why every emotion is coming up. They don't understand why things appear to be falling apart or collapsing. And instead, it's really a recalibration and it's a realignment. So those who are unawakened right now don't understand that. So it's really making us dig deep and be compassionate and just be the light, and just allow them to express without making yourself small. And that's the challenge for right now. But really, the energies that are here, I mean, Justine and I were talking about this morning. It's like, what has your experience been with these, like, especially the May energies?
Yeah, no, it has been really, just everything is just up in the air, but it's just to ground yourself. And now that I've got this wonderful gift, and just really feeling the joy in things now, and that's what's really just so wonderful. Like when I wake up, I think, there's so much joy around as well, because when you pursue what you love and your gifts and that, I mean, that can just
It
cut through
carries
so
you.
much. It does,
It,
it really does.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's
yeah,
that's what I feel too. It's you
yeah, when you
truly feel carried now.
yeah, you're not like, with that big rucksack.
The
It's like,
sack and the
yeah,
cement boots, right?
exactly. But yeah, so, absolutely. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
well, thank you for sharing that, because I know it helps. It will
Mhm.
help. It helps so many that are awakening,
Mhm.
behind us. And
Mhm.
remember, it's all in their own divine timing. Their souls
Absolutely.
decided, right? Our souls decided when we were going to wakey wakey, and
Yeah,
here we are.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm sending you big love, and big love to all of you for being here today. And, as the